Today on Free Field Training, we're talking about Christmas gifts for cops. Now, when I originally thought of doing this video, I thought, hey, this would be a great opportunity to talk about Safe Life Defense's new NIJ certified level 3A plus body armor and how it's stab and shotgun and all sorts of stuff resistant. And I thought maybe I could talk about Guardian Angel Device's little light up shoulder device that helps you read notepads and not get run over by cars, or maybe talk about duty bags that I really like that people could get for the police officer in their life, or talk about Shield Box. But in reality, all of those things, although they're great and there's links for all of them down in the description, and you help me out if you use those links and coupon codes, although those things are great, let's be honest, that's not really Christmas gifts for cops. That's people watching the video looking for things to buy themselves. And I've got lots of videos about the things that you can buy yourself. Let's talk about 5 Christmas gifts for cops under 50 bucks. So on the off chance that you're not a cop or a security guard watching this looking for things to buy yourself at extra Christmas sales, or to hear about deals and giveaways that are coming up in the future, if you're actually looking for things to stocking stuff for a cop or to put into a big box, and your price is somewhere in the under $50 to $60 range, I've got a bunch of options for you that might actually help you out. So you could say this video is sponsored by reasonableness, that and over-caffeination at 2 a.m. So let's talk about the first and easiest thing that I think most cops would appreciate but would never ask for, and that is magazines for their duty pistol. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff with people's duty pistols over 15 years as a cop, and one thing that I've seen a lot is that cops tend to not be handgun people, and so even the hunters, they tend to have the mag that they're really sure about in their gun, and then another mag that they're pretty sure about as a backup, and then that third mag, that second one in their mag carrier, tends to be the one that maybe had a hiccup on the range a couple years ago, especially if they've been on for 5 or 10 years. Mag starts wearing out. Instead of replacing that mag, they just make it that third mag. They're like, well, what's the possibility I'll ever actually need that? So this is a great $25, $30, $40, $50, depending on the handgun that they use, and assuming you know what handgun they use, Christmas gift that maybe they won't 100% appreciate, but everyone on their shift will 100% appreciate, even if they never know you gave it to them. So here's how this is going to go. You're going to give them a brand new mag, and even if they know nothing about spring pressure and how they should have 3 duty mags at least and 3 training mags at least, and never really intermingle them so that way they can leave the mags loaded and they won't wear out, because that's how springs work. Link up there for that in case you're more interested in how that works. At least the bare concept of ooga booga, brand new mag should go in my gun, and then push the mags down, we'll push the mag that's garbage out of their mag carrier, or maybe it'll give them something to carry in that third spot in case they're using it for something else, which I've seen a lot. Next down my list of Christmas gifts for cops that cops will actually appreciate and can actually use is notepads. You looking for a stocking stuffer? Notepads are great. Extra points if you get them a good gel ink or whatever type of pen that they like. These things aren't super expensive and they go really well in a stocking, and almost everyone that wears a badge for a living can use a notepad or a pen. Or if you want to make it a really great gift, hold on, let me get the gift that my brother-in-law got me a couple years ago. You get about 40, 50 notepads and put them in a box and make a joke in the card about how he said all he really needed was notepads and pens for work. Next up on things that might actually be useful for a cop that you can get them for Christmas is a spare pair of boots. They don't have to be super expensive boots like these Hi-X Air Power P7s or these Danner Torrent GTXs. All you really need is a pair of boots with a black toe that's shinable and look like they're semi-durable. Because here's what cops do. We have a nice pair of boots that we replace a year to every 2 or 3 years, depending on how nice the boots are and how ruggedly we use them. And then we have a spare pair of boots in the basement, in the locker, underneath the bench in the locker room somewhere. We've got a spare pair, and that spare pair is almost always our worn out, dusty, nasty boots that we don't take care of anymore. So that when we step in something or get something spilled on our boots or fall in a river that's basically just an open sewer, we have something we can put on in the meantime. So for under 50 bucks, you go to Walmart, Meijer, wherever, you find a pair of black boots that look like they're police boots and have a shinable black toe, and you're in business, that can be their spare pair of boots, and they're going to be in a lot better shape than the ones that hurt their feet for the rest of their shift until they can clean their boots or have to buy a new pair. It's a really useful Christmas gift that almost nobody thinks of that I would really appreciate as a cop, especially on patrol. Moving on with things that could actually be useful in real life, and the fact that things get messed up all the time, is handcuffs. Whether they're Smith & Wesson handcuffs like these, which are fairly cheap, or a more expensive ass pair of handcuffs that are a little better, a little more feature-rich, and would be kind of an upgrade for some cops, or just a set of zip cuffs like these from Asp, or some Safariland zip cuffs, or some mil-spec plastic zip cuffs. Zip cuffs, handcuffs, those are things that get stolen and lost all the time in police work, and you can pretty much name your own price for how much you want to spend on it. You want to spend $5 or $6 for something as a stocking stuffer, you can do that. You want to spend $25 on somebody you kind of like, you can do that. If you want to spend $50 or $60 on something that's an upgrade for that cop in your life, you can do that, and I assure you they will appreciate it, even if it just means, just like the magazines, taking the old crappy pair of cuffs and throwing them in their bag or throwing them in their locker as a backup, and then having a new solid pair to use. And finally, one thing that every time I get it around the holidays, I really appreciate, because no one knows what to get me anymore, is snack food. Here's a few options for snack food. Some things they maybe never thought about. Do they like coffee? Get them coffee, but everybody thinks about that, right? Do they like coffee? Do they like chocolate? Get them dark chocolate covered coffee beans. Those are my favorite on midnights. Get me through a lot of shifts, especially those surprise double shifts that come around the holidays where you really can't say no to the double shift because you're getting like double time and a half and you're not really doing anything at midnights, Christmas Eve, and you're just going to rough it through Christmas Day and be a grump where everybody hates you on the holidays. You know, dark chocolate covered coffee beans, those help with it because those are loaded with caffeine and sugar and they're real easy to pop, and when they're cold, they're just as good as when they're warm, unlike the brown stuff that we drink. Another great stack that we keep in our duty bags and we don't really tell anybody about is jerky. And here's the sections where you can kind of make an upgrade for people. Instead of getting them a whole container of Folgers coffee, go to the store and get them some sort of cherry flavored coffee or something. Instead of going to the store and just getting like a Jack Link's type of beef jerky or Slim Jims, unless that's really, really what they're into, go online and find some higher end beef jerky that they might like. Introduce them to something delicious in their life. And finally, the one thing that everybody can appreciate is a good adult beverage. And for under $50, you can take whatever adult beverage they like and just move a couple shelves up at the store and find an adult beverage that they're going to really appreciate on the holidays. So there it is. My 5 things under $50 for cops, for Christmas, for whatever I'm going to end up titling this at the end. Sponsored by Reasonableness. Also, coupon codes for Safe Life Defense Body Armor, Guardian Angel device, shield box, and anything else I could pack in there are down in the description. Feel free to use those in case you clicked on this video hoping to find, stuff to buy yourself during after Christmas or before Christmas or Black Friday sales. Until next week, you guys be safe. Take care of each other. Hey, thanks for watching Free Field Training on YouTube. And while you're here, why don't you check out some of these other goofy videos that I've made? Or you could subscribe or maybe go over to Patreon and see how you get your name put on the videos like these fine folks over here. All the links are, of course, down in the description. We'll see you guys next time.